time, please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, the record shows all three commissioners are present. Commissioner Stone, Commissioner Thomas, and Commissioner Smith. Do we have anybody? All right. At this time, make a entertain a motion to pay the bills.
At this time, I'm going to pay the bills that have been properly presented and reviewed.
Second?
Motion on the floor and a second to approve and pay the bills. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Yes. Nothing from the assessor's office. Now we've down to our first appointment date with Ms. Stacy Breezer, the victim of the grant application.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's that time of year again. It's due actually July 10th. And so basically what as you all know, it's been cut for several years now. So I'm just asking for the same amount as I did last year. Even though we don't get that. Last year we got $44,205.
What did you ask for? I forget.
Last year, so I asked actually for a little bit more this year. It was like, 59,000
Oh, okay.
is what I asked for
I'm just
last year.
curious. Yeah,
So
I knew
this
you
year, I'm
asked
asking for 59,390. And, we have to submit this online and all that stuff.
Right.
Again, so Dawn, I think, as you being the president, I just need all these forms with, like the EEO, like the grant, the EEOP, all this other stuff. And I put little blue tags there for all that. So I asked that the commission approve the VOCA grant for 2024, 2025. And if so, if you would sign, and I can get those back later.
Okay.
So I need to.
Okay, at this time, I move to approve the 2024 to 25 VOCA grant and authorize the president of the Preston County Commission to sign the documents.
I'll second that.
Motion on the floor and a second to approve and authorize the president to sign the VOCA grant application. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Just
Do you want me to wait, or you want me to get them later?
just as a point of order, Charles Feldman actually will not be joining us this morning.
Gotcha.
Doesn't feel well.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
You want me to just get those later from you?
Yeah.
Okay, because those are on the originals.
Okay,
All
gotcha.
right, thank you.
We'll scan them through. Yeah.
All right, motion, entertain a motion to approve the minutes of July 8th, June 8th.
No, there's no minutes today.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry, I did not hear you say that. You must have said that I didn't hear, so. Strike that then, state so at this time. PIVs.
I move to dispense with the readings of the proceedings and vacation and enter them into record in open court session for June 20th, 2024 through June 26th, 2024.
Second.
Motion on the floor, a second to accept and dispense with the reading of the PIVs. Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Yes. All right, brings us down to our next appointment, and that is with Justin. Employee hire and good morning.
Good morning, Dory.
I'm here.
Stuff you email.
Let's have that.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing is do the employee hire.
Mhm.
Saying this for Dwayne, couldn't be here this morning. Says I'm requesting approval to hire Nathaniel Kyle Arbogast as a regular part-time 911 public safety dispatcher for Preston County E911 effective immediately. Upon your approval, Mr. Arbogast will start at $17.60 an hour with benefits. This will be effective immediately, so we are still down a few spots, so that'll help us to try to get somebody in training.
Gotcha. All right, entertain a motion to hire Mr. Arbogast.
I move to approve the hire of Nathaniel Kyle Arbogast as regular part-time 911 public safety dispatcher, effective immediately with a starting salary of $17.60 per hour with benefits.
Second, Commissioner Ford, second to authorize or approve the hire of Mr. Arbogast. Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Yes. Budget, it's an adjustment.
Yeah, the other thing, this is for the 2021 or fiscal year 21 EMPG Emergency Managers Performance Grant. And there was just a $5 adjustment. The documentation was off a little bit. I'm not sure if it was on our end or their end, but they requested that. There's a spot there that says authorized official. So I'm just asking the commission president be authorized to print an initial in that form.
Okay, at this time, I move to approve the EMPG grant adjustment form and authorize the president of the county commission to sign that form.
Second.
Commissioner Ford, is second to approve and authorize the president to sign the adjustment form. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Stone?
Yes.
Yes. Now authorize, just,
Yeah, they said just print and then initial.
okay, that's funny, it says from to.
It should be under the sub-grantee portion there. Right here.
Oh, there, yep, okay.
Yeah, their
I saw
forms
that down
has,
below and sort of,
Yeah.
their forms has different portions, depending on which one you need.
gotcha. All right, sounds good. I'll give this back to you and I'll use the other one for
Yes. And I'll,
the
we'll make a copy of this for the clerk's office.
Oh, I don't worry about it, because I've got a copy right here of it, and I'll just sign it and hand it to her, and it's the same thing, so.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bring us down to the new business, new business. And bring us all the way down to our courthouse reconfiguration project.
We are waiting on Kevin to join us. I
Okay.
think he's on his way. I think he might actually be just walking in right now.
Okay, not,
Or not.
or not.
And Would you want me to go ahead and
Yeah,
pick
go
up?
right ahead.
Yep, excellent.
Just go ahead.
Then I'm happy to do such at this time. And I would like to begin by introducing our new Director of IT Director, Alex Hines, who's right here, who is diligently at work, and so we will not keep him much longer at all, although I imagine Jacob is gonna want a photo of him, as he's eyeing him. More to say about Alex and some of the work that's been going on in the report, even though it's only been one day. That's coming, so I won't hold him up from the work he's doing with our friends at GST right now. So welcome, Alex. I think everybody's thrilled that you are here.
Welcome aboard.
And with that, we will move on to the Happy July. Before I get to the first item of the agenda, we've already done Alex, so we can take care of that. We won't keep it any longer. The first item in the packet is the salary sheet that was submitted to the clerk's office last week that we discussed during the budget sessions back in March. So I just wanted to make sure everyone had a copy of that. The second item in my report is just an update on the office space as we have moved to Jesse Hale, our new commercial appraiser, up from the assessor's office downstairs to our former lunchroom. The move was rather easy on our part, and we have Alex tidying up all remaining tech issues that we have found workarounds for the meantime. So Jesse is getting comfortable in his new space, and all of that is fantastic. The third item under my report is where the rubber starts to meet the road, which is an update to the handbook that we received from Wendy Grieve yesterday. And so at this point, I would like to stop and ask, has the commission had sufficient time to take a look? This is all of the changes have been made, everything has been included that we have asked, and it has been formatted for approval. Are there any?
I'm good with it, I looked at it.
Okay.
Because we haven't had that one change from the very
Yep.
last time, and so I found, I'm good.
Okay, are we good at this point then? If so, I would humbly request that the commission make a motion that we adopt the handbook as it's written and presented from the law offices of, well, Libby's entire title, I'm not
Is
gonna.
there any discussion before?
Is there any discussion?
No.
Whether to adopt the handbook as it's been changed and reworked by the group,
Second.
effective immediately.
Gotcha.
Commissioner Flora, second to approve and adopt the employee handbook. Commissioner Stone,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
and yes, finally.
Excellent, handbook is done, wonderful. It will now be circulated to the other department heads and county elected officials for such modification that might be needed for their own.
They have to choose to adopt.
Yeah, and then we can go from there. That takes us to the fourth item, which is just simply an announcement that we will be holding a special session on EMS next Tuesday, July 9th at 11 a.m. after our meeting, which will assume the regular meeting time of 9:30 next week. So that will follow that. This takes us to probably the most convoluted document in the group, which is a budget revision. And so hold on to your hats, everybody, because it is a long one. And I have copies for members of the media as well, so you don't have to try to keep pace with this. Basically, this revision is all about salaries for the fiscal year 24-25 for the following offices: the county commission, the assessor's office, and the sheriff's office. Due to our hiring of Alex, we had to make the appropriate adjustments to the salary line, given that we didn't anticipate being able to hire such a qualified candidate for the position, and we need this to be able to pay Alex accordingly. The second bracket that we have here has to do with the assessor's office, and that is the assessor's office had an employee that we moved from extra help part-time to regular part-time. And what we didn't do is capture enough out of the special help line, the extra help line, to fill everything out for the fiscal year. So that's what that correction is for. The third one is for the sheriff's office, which accounts for really two things. The first is a promotion during last fiscal year that we're really unaware of, that caused a change in the fiscal year salary this time that wasn't accounted for. And the second just happened to do with moving employee to a different line item. That was, again, nothing we could have anticipated during the budget time, so therefore it wasn't accounted for. The funds that are being decreased, 230 specifically, 428, 230 is data processing. That is solely the right place to take that because we don't need an extended contract now. For Alex, the assessor's extra help line, what's remaining additionally for things like FICA and retirement, the custodial buildings ground that we increased by more than 160,000 over what we had last time was a bit of an overshoot given what the actual contract came out to be from the Jarrett construction. So we actually have some wiggle room there, and that's the safest place to sort of make the move without having to touch any other funds. Now, we will have, as we get further down, there is another budget revision, but obviously that budget revision isn't going to be correct. And that's the one that accompanies the thing for Casey that we're going to talk about here in a bit. And so therefore, this is the only budget revision that will be presented today as is. And therefore, I would humbly request the commission to make a motion to approve the budget revision as presented.
This time, I move to approve this budget revision as it has been presented.
Second.
Second to approve this budget revision, Commissioner Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner Stone.
Yes.
Yes.
Just one particular housekeeping note, this is the budget revision we'll use. The sheriff has already initialed on it, but I will need the assessor to initial as well, since those are from her
Okay. Yeah.
line, which I anticipated her being here, but I'll go grab her.
Sheriff Fields, I do have one question since you been around the block with this a couple times. So does the commission typically put in a cushion for promotions into the budget? Has that been something?
That's
that's
usually
been
out
in
of
the past?
yep.
Mhm.
Yep, that's usually, and that's, there's a line for that actually that's in,
Yeah.
for.
Those promotions
568.
aren't something that we do. I
It's
mean,
automatic.
Yeah.
This is an
They're-
automatic thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually based on.
I mean, I don't go along saying, promote this guy, that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you know the person's gonna be promoted, it's, I mean, I know in the past, the sheriffs have said, this guy's going to be promoted, so we anticipate that. So we know, okay, this
Well,
one,
this
this one is this.
I think, maybe even in the last fiscal.
This was in the last fiscal year. That's what it was. So the
Yeah.
promotion that was marked,
Yeah,
that was
on
marked,
that,
it's not, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
so,
fine.
that takes us there. Finishes that. And that takes us to the final section, which is our miscellaneous correspondence. And we will start with the insurance paperwork that we received back yesterday, which now includes the daily billing contents under the coverage. And to anticipate Commissioner Thomas's question, the only answer was, oops. So that was the response. My question though, and I will direct this back directly to Commissioner Thomas, is at this point, since we only received this yesterday, is the inclusion and accompanying documentation that you have both in your packet and your email forwarded to you from yesterday sufficient for approving the insurance renewal? And so Commissioner Thomas, this is one I'm gonna kick to
I
you
think it's
because,
fine. I mean, it
Okay.
shows the edits that were made.
okay, okay. Then at this point then, Commissioner, President Smith has the paperwork necessary to sign, and so I would humbly request the commission make a motion that we go ahead and sign this, so that I can send it off to the, WVU Corps.
At this time, I move to approve and authorize the president to sign our 2024 to 25 insurance policies / documents.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Warren, second to approve and authorize approval and sign the insurance documentation. Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Stan?
Yes.
Yes. See,
Second.
The bill's due today, I mean, it was due yesterday. so-
Yeah, well, we get a net
I know.
on that sort of stuff. We always have to work that out with
I
them
know that. I'm joking.
at this time. Also, secondly, Casey from Community Corrections came into our office with additional paperwork that she received from Charleston that was not included in her initial grant contract agreement that we approved last week that simply needs a signature on one page from the commission president. Now, note, there is a budget revision attached to that that is incorrect,
Yeah.
or it doesn't look to be.
It doesn't
sufficient.
look to be correct.
So I don't, it's my understanding, and unfortunately Casey's not here to answer this directly, that we can go ahead and sign
Yeah.
without that and just have her reproduce a separate budget revision? Is that accurate?
I think
or-
so, because
Okay.
the reason is this money has not been granted yet.
Right,
So it isn't, she did this in anticipation of getting this amount of money.
Okay.
What she's done is what it looks to me, because
Okay.
they haven't received it yet.
okay,
So, and really, this is internal, it just goes to our bookkeeping.
okay, sounds good. So we'll have Casey redo that and then submit that internally.
Okay.
And so I would request that a motion be made to authorize the president to sign the document from the
Community correct.
the community conventions grant from that we approved last week.
Motion. Have a motion to approve it's just the correction. It's just the correction to the community corrections
Okay,
grant.
at this time, I move that we approve the stated correction to the community corrections grant.
I'll second that.
Motion for a second to approve and authorize the president to sign this correction document. Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Sting?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, and to that, I move to the final thing, which is Alex has already produced for us a technical report for the first 2 quarters of this year. We had a marathon, fantastic session with GST yesterday to sort of walk through that. It's being edited as we speak, and we will get that circulated to everyone later today. And that will conclude my report.
Very good.
This time I move that we go into an executive session, to discuss the sheriff's office building and contract.
Motion for a second, go to executive session. Commissioner Steen,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Yes.
Call Kevin Burke.
Sir, if you care to join.
Do I need, hey, Hunter, do I need to stop this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You're good. You're good.
You're good. Call Kevin
You want to get back here?
Yeah, we can go out there where the light is better.
Yeah, well, he's been crazy busy.
I figure he's got